As always, thank you for tuning in to the Light of Conscience podcast. I am so thrilled to present Tarah Long to you. She's a spiritual teacher, galactic tour guide, founder of the Undo Your Business coaching program, and she is so present that she brings you to your own presence just by being with her. And I believe that when you're listening to this podcast, you are with us. So enjoy, and I cannot wait for you to meet Tarah. Love itself is molding us into what we be. Why wait for tomorrow when right now we can be free? So break down your defenses and throw away your shield and give yourself this moment.
Thank you so much for having me here. I am so thrilled to be here.
Yay! I had a request for you when I scheduled this appointment with you. And I said, I really love your meditations. And I could use one right now. So I'd love to start off. If it's okay to put you on the spot like that, I would love to start off with you just leading us into a meditation, and you have full power and authority and control.
Great. Oh my God, I love to hear that. No, I'm kidding. Thank you. Do you give me a time range? I mean,
short,
like a few minutes? Yeah, a few minutes. Okay, cool. All right. So for all the listeners and for you, beautiful Laura Christine, we will just take a breath, and you can close the eyes if you'd like. And if you can remove any distractions, that's also amazing. Whatever works for you right now. So just go ahead and sit comfortably wherever you are and gently close the eyes. And take a deep breath in and let it out. Letting go of the day thus far. Taking another deep breath in, the deepest breath you've taken all day. And relaxing. And as you continue to breathe, feeling the relaxation moving through the body. Relaxing the face and the jaw. Relaxing the shoulders. And just all the way down, noticing if there are any tensions in the body. As soon as you breathe in, they just melt away, because the tension is not your natural state. Your natural state is complete relaxation and trust. Trust in this moment. And if there's any energy, thinking energy around the head, simply move it. You can visualize moving that energy from the head down into the space of the heart. Breathing in and out of the space of the heart. Remembering this is who you are. This natural, relaxed, free state. Feeling the relief that there is nothing here to do and no one to be. And as you let everything fall away from you, all the things you think you are, that's attached to the person, the name, the occupation, the to-do lists, the roles you play, just let them fall away for this moment. And feel into what remains when everything falls away. What is waiting for you here always to sink and relax into. And you will remember that you have always already been free. Really feel this in this moment. And feel the love that is naturally here for you and for all of your other selves on this planet. And the natural desire to want to help each other and love each other. Taking another deep breath in. Feeling grateful for just these few moments you've taken to remember who you really are. Now you can carry this throughout your day and return and listen to this few-minute meditation at any time, or return here simply at any time. You have the power to do that.
Thank you, Tarah, so much for that. And I was doing my very best to just drop, but one thing did stick, and I want to bring it up because it was so beautiful. You said all of your other selves. Just something to remember. That's that we're all one. We're all the same thing.
Yes.
So you are most definitely a way shower. You have been for your whole life, of course. And when did it sink into you that that's the label that you could give yourself if you wanted to give yourself a label?
Sure. So when did I sort of remember my, what I'm here to do sort of thing?
Yeah.
I think it's been in different levels and stages kind of throughout my life. So, as a very young child, I certainly felt, I've never felt like I belonged on this planet. Even as a young child, I thought, what is this body? What the heck? What's going on? Where am I? Why am I here? And it's just the humans just never, I was like, wait, why are they doing that? That doesn't make sense. What is this like behavior and yeah, of course you can relate. So many people can, all the violence and the hate and the weird stuff. It's just like, what is happening? So that was always weird to me even as a young child, when I definitely felt very like hypersensitive, as a child, and got teased constantly by peers and others, growing up. And I don't hold anything for that now, though. It's just like, I think that it was so, that sort of sensitivity is so different. And I didn't really have the defenses that a lot of, social like constructs, okay, fit in and be inauthentic and all of that. And I just was like, that feels so weird. And so then it was just natural, that that unknown sense that then people would be like, wait, we don't understand that. So anyway, that was as a young child. I always knew there was some difference, even though I don't even like to say that because, I don't want to separate myself out from anyone else, right? Because we're all, like we just said, we're all infinite beings. We're all love. We're all God. And then, I always had a desire to help people. I remember even when I was a little kid, always wanting to help even my parents or my mom open a shampoo bottle, or, if she was like struggling with, or whatever, a jar. And I just remember always being like, I can help, I can do it. What do you need? And like coaching my mom, even when I was a little kid, like, Mom, why are you doing it this way? And so that was like just a natural thing I always had. And then, I went into, tried to go into more like traditional fields like physical therapy. And then I was like, oh, this doesn't resonate. This doesn't feel right. And so then I discovered, Chinese medicine and acupuncture. I was like, cool, I get to help people in this way. And that was kind of in my 20s. And then I had an experience when I was probably in my early 30s. And it was a hypnosis session. It was a quantum healing hypnosis session. And I went back to some past lives. I say past lives in quotes because everything's happening at the same time, right? Time doesn't exist. It's an illusion. It's not linear. But anyway, I went back to some past lives where I was my past lives were all in other planets. But in all these past lives, I was serving, I was helping, whatever people on that planet. And then I would go to others. And then I, to make kind of a long story shortish, I sort of came out of that hypnosis session. I was like, oh my God, like, I feel like I finally remembered what I'm really here to do. And it's to really help I call them like galactic beings, they're also called wanderers. Those of us who have come from other planets, densities, dimensions to serve humanity and to help them remember who they are, why they're here, guide them home. So I'm here to actually help the wanderers, the ones who feel like they don't belong here, but know they're here for a really big, super big reason. And to help them empty themselves of all the person BS so that they can fully show up and serve. So it's kind of been in different iterations my whole life. I just know I'm here to help people.
Awesome. It really is. And you definitely embody that so completely. When you speak about it, I can really relate to being that kind of person. I'm just kind of feeling like, what is this? There's so much beauty here, but so much of it is like, I don't, where am I? Why am I here? Just kind of feel like, is this really where I'm supposed to be? And I've come a long way in that. And now I definitely do feel that way, but I really can relate. And so the language that you use, I like how you have the galactic beings, because some people are going to really resonate with that. And then some are like, well, I'm a human, I'm not alien. And
right.
So yeah, if you're wondering, if you're just feeling like you're not supposed to be here, or you're supposed to be here, but you weren't, I don't even know how to explain it.
It's not your native planet, basically.
Yeah, it's like I just don't feel like I fit in with the rest of this humanity thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to Tarah.
Yes, I'm your girl for sure.
Yeah. Totally. So the galactic tour guide, I love how you say that, galactic tour guide and spiritual life coach. And now I just want to jump into the new project that you have going on, the new program that you have going on, because it's fascinating to me as somebody who's been an entrepreneur for about 10 years and really also spiritual and doing my best to stick the spirituality and the material and all of that into one. So your program is Undo Your Business, I believe.
Yep, that's right.
I want to know
your business. All right,
I want to know all about it.
It's so fun. We're working on it right now, and we're so excited. I'm doing it with my friend Anna, who currently lives in the Netherlands. So yeah, and we're both entrepreneurs and have been for many, many years, and have been operating our businesses in a different way, or you could say it's different. It's different than the mainstream norm business. You should do this. These are the rules. It's about money, or even just being attached to any sort of outcome around my business, right? Should be this way or should be this way. When we fully align with source, with our calling, with who we really are, and we prioritize listening to the intuitive place, the intuition to actually run our business, it can seem really like airy-fairy and like, oh, how do you ever get anything done? Oh, trust me, shit gets done. It all gets done. Sorry, can I swear?
You can swear. It's okay.
Okay, thanks.
I'll put the E.
Okay, good. I'm a swearer, just natural for me. I like to swear. Yeah, and so we are so stoked to invite and introduce and offer this sort of new way to people, this sort of bringing this alignment into your business. Like, what is your calling? What are you really here to do? What's super authentic for you? And then creating your business from that space, not a space of trying to get somewhere or something or a certain goal, which there's nothing wrong with having goals, but when you attach to them, like, okay, my 5-year business plan, for example, like, to me, that's the craziest thing in the world. Yes, a vision, beautiful. Have the vision that comes from your soul. Like, oh yeah, this is what, I'm visioning right now. But to like put it down on paper and stick with it and say, this is the way it has to be. And if we're not growing in this way, then it's not successful, and yada, 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 all those things. You're actually contracting the business. You're not serving the people you're meant to serve. You're not actually having as big of an impact as you could if you just align with your calling, with source, and let the business be created from there.
Yeah. Really. And, business life too. Business is life. I mean, if you're an entrepreneur,
yeah.
Good luck separating the business from your life.
There's no separation. There's no separation at all. And this is honestly, like, we put it in the package of business, but people going through this course are going to be looking at everything, because there is no separation. It's everything. It's how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So
yeah,
it's going to have that impact in your whole life.
And I believe it's really timely too, because there are a lot of people that are figuring out or maybe coming to the realization that, whoa, I'm really here to serve, and it is time right now.
Yes.
There's a lot of people coming out and being like, okay, how do I do this? Well, here's an option that they can take that doesn't feel like, the earthly thing where, well, here's a different way of doing it, because there's unlimited possibilities. Unlimited.
Yes. Yes. There is. Okay. I would love to.
Yeah. Just kidding. Well, we could. But I wanted to say something about what you said about swearing. Like, you like swearing. You know what I thought of? When you learn, or not even learn a different language, but when you're hanging out with people that speak a different language, you're always like, what are the swear words?
Yes. Yes. Right?
So if you're on this planet from somewhere else, whoa,
right.
Well, obviously you're going to want to know the swear words.
Give me all the swear words in all the different languages. Hello.
Yeah. So that's what I thought of. This is my brain.
I love it.
Not on drugs.
I love your brain not on drugs. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot better than when it is on drugs, which I don't do much. Hi, Mom. I don't do any anymore. Oh my God, I can hardly have a glass of wine. But segue. Let's talk about if people, well, I'll get to if people want to connect with you at the end, they have to keep listening. So.
Okay, good. I like it. It's a secret.
I love everything that you said. Like when I sent the questions, or I guess when you answered the questions for the podcast, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, yeah. So aligning with your calling. Obviously, undo your business is definitely going to do that. Do you have any tips for people right off the bat right now, if they're listening to this and like, how do I know? Like, maybe I know what my calling is, but how do I get aligned with it? How do I make it be a part of me?
Right. And just to sort of clarify, one's calling is not, and it has nothing to do with doing. It's not a business. It's not a job. It's not an activity. It's not an action. There's no action. Yes. Right. Yeah. We know that. And
whenever Tarah says something, I'm always like, yes, in my head. And so I'm very expressive. And so I'm making we're on Zoom and I'm making these expressions.
I love it. Keep doing it. I know you have to put the video on YouTube or something so people can see your beautiful expressions.
Maybe.
Okay. Ooh, that could be fun. What was I talking about?
Talking about your calling, not being your job or your action or your... Yeah.
So, yes. So oftentimes people will feel like they know what their calling is, but it's actually, there's a very, very simple kind of formula that I use that doesn't come from me. It comes from, I learned it from my teachers who then learned it somewhere else, but it's very simple. It's very direct. It's my calling is people experiencing, and then X. So my calling is people experiencing their infinite nature. That's my calling. And it's something that you are. It's not something you do. It's just something that is your natural, unique essence that you've been since the day you were born until the day you die. And you can do it in so many different ways. But when you can, and there is a process to sort of bring this out in a person, like, what is my calling? Oh, what do I love to see when people experience? It's about the other person. It's not about you. And so when we can remember what that is, put it into words, because it's not about the words either. It's about the vibration the word infuses in you and others. And then when you can align your entire life with that and everything, okay, does this nurture or support my calling? Like, and am I coming from the place of my calling, or am I trying to get somewhere out there that doesn't exist? So when one can align with the calling and literally design your life around it, and it can start very simply, like, oh, does this object, I'm holding a crystal, does this object make me feel like an infinite being? If not, it's gone. Do you know what I mean? Like it can be very practical and also go into every area of your life. So this is also work I do, is I do a 90-minute session with someone called Unlock Your Calling. And that does take them through, okay, let's figure out what your calling is. And then, if they want to continue, whatever. But it's just, if we lived in a world where everybody knew what their calling was and they lived from that place, oh my God, holy crap.
Yeah,
Powerful.
I do.
Powerful.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be a little narcissistic and say my calling. We did this at the retreat that
we did.
Tarah helped lead, was one of the leaders of. And I remember I had a few, but guess what? My calling is people experiencing themselves at 100% brightness 100% of the time. And what I mean is that they're not dimming their light one iota.
So you could even shorten it and say and this has to feel right with you. This is an intuition coming through. My calling is people experiencing their light. Yeah,
actually that's what I put down for the thing at the thing.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to experience just their light, because you can do that in a meditation, like for a second and then be done with it. I want them to experience their life as they're living at 100% brightness and not having to feel like they need to dim that down ever. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense. I love it.
Hey, yo, that was me. That's been me. We all have dimmer switches, people. Don't worry about it. It's totally okay to have a dimmer switch. If you want to stop pushing it downwards and just keep pushing it all the way up and then throw it away, then that's another thing.
Totally. And that dimmer switch that we use is absolutely probably the most arrogant thing you could do with your life. Yeah. No, it's true. And this is part of like the whole spirituality thing. Like spirituality to me is knowing yourself and knowing the nature of reality. It's not woo-woo. It's very practical. It's very down to earth. It's like, hey, look, I'm dimming my light because I care about my image and what people think about me. That's total BS, right? That's arrogance. That's not humility. Humility is confidence in knowing why I'm here, what my calling is. I'm here to serve other people. This isn't about me, and that person, me, I, what do I look like to other people? What validation am I getting? That is, you can live your life like that. And honestly, most people do. And I'm being very like edgy right now because I think it wakes people up sometimes to be super like, hey man, and I do this with my clients too. Like there's the lovey-dovey stuff and there's a time for that, but there's also a time to be like, listen, you're wasting your life here. If you're not actually like, like you're totally wasting your life and being an asshole. So stop being an asshole and dimming your light and caring about what people think about you.
Do you all see why I wanted Tarah on my podcast? This is like the most joyful thing. And now I understand why I'm like, I'm going to share mine. And so we could talk about it like this.
Yeah.
And it's so like truth bomb right there. I feel like, okay, well, that's why we came here. We're done, but we're not going to be done because Tarah's too fun to talk with. And really,
yeah.
I want to move on to where are you coming from? This is a question that you answered the question with, which I love, by the way. Where are you coming from? Were you asking me where am I coming from? Or did you want to talk about
Oh yeah. So that's part of, no, I love it. That's part of sort of aligning with your calling is when you do that and you are then, when you check in with your state of being, am I coming from this place right now as I do this thing in the world, as I just be, right? Am I coming from a place or am I trying to get somewhere out there?
Ooh, that's beautiful.
And it's all about, yes, being in the moment, which is not just about the present moment. It's about your access to infinity, which is always right now. And having a really great relationship. And this is stuff I've learned from my teachers too. really great relationship with uncertainty, quote unquote uncertainty, the unknown. If you want to view it as failure, not knowing what's going to happen, all of that. If you want to live your life in certainty, then you will not have a magical life. You will not have a life that fulfills you. You just won't. People are like, I want a magical, beautiful, wonderful life. And then they do everything to make sure that their whole life is certain and secure, right? This is my job. This is my money. This is my my relationship that's stable and all that stuff. So coming from a state of being is fully trusting that it's trusting that you are enough always in that moment.
See, I can't even talk now.
We don't have to.
It's not
Words
that
are stupid.
That's the thing. It's not that I can't talk. I can talk. Trust me, I can talk. But what do I like? Yeah, it's just like, yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's that. And I love that you brought that up. And I'm grateful that you brought that up, because some of the projects that I'm actually working on right now align with that. It's to remember, I posed 2 questions on Facebook recently. The first is, friends, what is the greatest fear of following your heart for them? And they answered. And a lot of it was, no guarantee that it's going to work. That's the gist of all of them together. But, leaving loved ones, having to leave loved ones. Now I can't even think of them, but they really are that uncertain. It's uncertainty. That's the greatest fear is, can I make it? Can I do it? Am I going to be able to survive? Oh, what are people going to think of me? I'm afraid I'm going to look silly and stupid and people are going to think I'm an idiot or whatever it may be. And then I posed the question, okay, what is the greatest reward of following your heart or from following your heart? And, it varied. A lot of it was freedom. A lot of it was just, one person said something like, it was the joy of knowing that I tried, and then my wonderful cousin, who was also a musician, I will say, said, for me, it's been broke and lonely and free or something like, and it's like, well, at least the freedom is there because, and the thing of it is that I think people, especially nowadays with like The Secret and, law of attraction and all of that, they think that they can just use their minds and create literally anything in their life. And really, you can do anything that you want. You don't have to leave your loved ones behind. You don't have to live in your car because you can't afford to rent a home or whatever it may be. And what's for your very highest and best? And I live spiritually. What is best for my spirit right now? What experience is going to take me to that level where, I don't know, I'm supposed to get close. There's no supposed to, but does this make sense? And I just want people to realize, like, the attachments to what you think is going to make you happy is preventing you from getting those things or even being happy. And you basically said that, but I falter, I stumbled around with the words there.
Yeah, but I totally, I'm picking up what you're putting down, sister.
Oh, good.
It is. Yeah. And totally. I mean, when we behave and like the law of attraction, it's great. There's a beautiful energy to the law of attraction and resonance, but people, they're missing information about it. And they think, you can create anything in your life. You can create the millions and millions of dollars, but that doesn't mean you're going to be happy. That external thing is not going to be the thing that gives you happiness. And I believe that if you follow your intuition in the moment, where am I coming from? You will have exactly what you said, the life that is in your highest good. And you can't possibly know what that is with the lower mind. The lower mind does not have that ability. And it's, God, if there's one thing I wish people would realize and remember, that your mind is meant to be a follower. It's meant to go, okay, logistics, let's There's beautiful things about the mind, but it should not be the captain of your ship. It should not be leading you, because it will only lead you to, it's the ego. It'll only lead you to more misery, because anytime you're seeking outside of yourself for happiness, I guarantee failure. It will not happen. Just think about you don't even have to take my word for it. Think about in your own life, for all the listeners, anytime you wanted to achieve something or get something and you got that thing, and then sure, maybe it brought you momentary happiness or peace or joy or whatever, but was that it? Was it just long forever then? I'm just totally happy when I got my perfect partner? Of course not. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I was going to say, I would trust a Tarah guarantee.
I don't guarantee a lot, but I will guarantee you'll be miserable chasing stuff and chasing external stuff, even chasing love from other people, because it will never be enough, right? The ego will never satiate it. Yeah. And also something I would like to say is that, when we're talking about people having allegiances to the known, to staying with my family, my loved ones, or the job, or the comfortable home I live in, or whatever, it's fine to serve those allegiances. You can serve those allegiances. But while you serve those allegiances, you can't serve your highest. You can't serve your calling at the same time. You can only do one. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So when you serve your calling and you serve your highest, and where am I coming from, and what am I here to do, then you eventually get to the place where you don't care what your external life looks like anymore. And another guarantee is that you will be so happy and so fulfilled that you really won't care.
It won't matter. It won't.
It won't matter. It won't matter. And everything will be beautiful and perfect. Right? Like, yeah, you're not doing it for the whatever abundance and the whatever, but everything will come into your life to support that, no matter what.
Yeah. And many, many times this has happened to many, many people. And I am pleased to say it's happened to me, where you might have a vision or a projection, a picture of what you want. And as long as when you decide, okay, that would be awesome. And what's for my highest? That's what I really want. When you have a vision of something that you'd like, but you're willing to let it go, and this is something that I teach, is that you have to be willing to let it all go, all of it, because that's just not being attached, which is exactly what you were talking about. The picture that comes into your life, or the painting it creates for you, is going to be better than what you could have created by yourself with your head. Because your heart is just a better artist. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah, man. Boom. Lay it down. Your head can't possibly know what's best for you. Impossible. Yeah.
It thinks it does.
It thinks it does. And it'll keep telling you, what are you doing? What are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, it thinks everything, actually.
Right. And the only way to truly rest in who you are, like we did in the beginning, is to actually stop thinking.
Yeah.
Stop thinking.
Yeah.
Don't think, and you'll be fine.
It's easier said than done. That's why we meditate and stuff. That's why people do drugs.
It is. It's why people have all the escape stuff, all the numbing out and escapism, and whether it's some sort of substance or shopping or sex or TV or, whatever it is. And there's no judgment in that. It's just,
No judgment. I'm binge watching Supernatural with my husband these days. And I don't know if you're familiar with that show, but each season has like 22 episodes.
Oh my God.
They're hour long, so they're about 45, whatever minutes without the commercials, because we don't bother with those anymore. Yeah. And I think we're on season 8 already. We've been doing this for over a year, but I think they're on season 3. They're still going. These guys.
Oh my goodness.
I think they're on season 13. Maybe it's done. I don't know, because now we're just so engrossed in the middle of it all.
Right.
It's funny. But for me, it's kind of it's a way of, stop thinking. And when I say binge watching, I mean we watch one every night that we're together and want to watch TV, which is quite a few nights actually. But it's not like we're sitting in front of the TV for 8 hours a day watching this show. Yeah.
Hey, you're not getting judgment from me, girl. Whatever floats your boat.
If there's a hurricane and we both had a day off and the TV worked all at the same time, then maybe we would have. But that wasn't in our reality. So anyway, So you can do that. Definitely don't judge yourself for anything that you're doing. Especially if you're doing it for the purpose of not thinking, hello, that's what you want to do. I think even Abraham Hicks had a thing where they were talking about cocaine and how it is easier to get cocaine in the United States than it is to get maple syrup.
Oh my gosh.
Why is that? Because
that's so random and hilarious.
I know, they're so funny. Because the desire for feeling good. That's why people do, like, their desire is to feel good. You can't fault them for that. I hope that they find a healthier way so that their body can feel good at the same time as their mind. And, you know, that's why Kundalini yoga came so prevalent. Yogi Bhajan saw these kids doing drugs to try to find God, and he said, well, geez, they're wrecking their nervous systems. I got this yoga thing. It'll do the same thing, and it'll repair their nervous system and protect it and heal it. And so now we have it, and I love it. And it's just a thing you can do. Just like anything
you can do. There's so many different things you can do, and it's all God. It's all, there's no separation between this activity. And that's also something, you know, you can, where am I coming from when I'm doing this activity? You can ask yourself that, you know, am I coming from wanting to escape, which again, there's no judgment, or am I coming from a place where this is actually going to help me create if I'm going to take some time, some downtime and watch Netflix or whatever, you know, and you can create an experience around that. Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. So this is such a huge,
we could go on for hours.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't, you know, we have all the time in the world, of course, but we're going to do other things with it. But yeah, I do. Well, if you want to, do you want to just do this forever?
Okay.
Okay. Well, you guys are going to listen to this forever. Although it's going to tell you how long the episode is. So
my God.
Lied. But, I often tell people, you know, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is literally just not do anything.
Nothing.
Just veg out and eat shitty food and watch Netflix, or just go to the beach and
just be. Yeah. We have way too much doing in our culture and not any being. I mean, even like meditating, of course, beautiful, being in nature, beautiful. But has anyone ever just like sat on the couch or the chair, whatever, and didn't do anything? There was no doing at all. And whatever arose, you let it arrive, whatever thoughts, whatever comes, and you don't want anything from it. You don't need anything from it. You're just there. You're just being. And that's enough. And that is the best teacher, right? Silence is the best teacher you could ever have.
Absolutely. And I was going to say something, but then I couldn't think of it. So maybe it's a moment of silence. You're at 11:11.
Yay! If you guys could see Laura Christine's face. So funny.
I'll put it out. Yeah.
You got to put the video out.
I'll put the video out in Patreon for my Club LC members.
Sweet.
So let me know how they can connect with you. How can the listeners connect with you?
They out there.
All of them, everywhere.
All of them, everywhere. So yeah, you can connect with me. I'm kind of all over, but my website, I'm all over the place. You can just tune in to connect with me too, you know, just drop in, connect to our fields in the higher planes. Anyway, but if you don't want to do that, then you can just go to my website. Because
we are not woo-woo. Did you get that?
Oh yeah, no, not at all. No woo-woo here. Love the woo-woo. Yes, so my website, tarahsyel.com. Yep, which is TARAHCYEL.com. tarahsyel.com. And then there you can find everything, but I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, and that's Tarah Long. That's under Tarah Long, my name. Tarah Syel is the name of my biz.
And her name is Long.
Long. Yeah, not short.
Like how a mile feels the first time you're running. Long.
Like I'm gonna say anytime I'm running, it feels
anytime
long.
You're running. That's
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not a runner, so that's my piddly little perspective. Yeah,
it's a beautiful perspective.
Yeah, you know, it's all good. It's all God.
Yeah, it's all God.
And if you are interested in Undo Your Business course, oh God, what is that link? It's a bit.ly. You know, you can put it in the show notes. I can get it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bit.ly/undo biz. I'm pretty sure. Undo biz.
Okay. Yeah. But look in the show notes for that, because she might be wrong.
I could be wrong, but I think it's sorry.
It's totally okay.
Ooh.
Everything is good. Everything is so good. Is there any are there any last messages or thoughts that you want to leave with the Light of
Well,
Conscience community?
Light of Conscience community. Let me just tune in and see what wants to come through. Well, these words have been coming up a lot lately in the collective community that I'm in, which is that unshakable faith. Unshakable faith. When you remember who you really are, like we connected to in the beginning, in that is unshakable faith. And the more you can remember that and bring more and more and more light and upgrade your whole system with light, and that unshakable faith, oh my gosh, your capacity to serve others will just be exponential and your life will be magical, I promise.
Now, is a promise the same or stronger than a guarantee?
I think,
or less strong.
maybe they're kind of the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you don't have to listen to anything I say either. You can just,
No, don't listen to Tarah.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I'm joking.
I'm not. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about at all, and that's cool too, right?
It's totally cool. Yeah. And just for the record, everybody listening, this is Laura Christine here. Tarah knows what she's talking about, in my humble And I'm so happy that you were on this podcast. And I feel so blessed that we've connected in this lifetime. It's just been so much fun to know you and be in your presence is so fun and awakening. And it's like, you can't be in your bullshit when you're with Tarah. So seriously, and it's just true. If you start to go there, you're just like, turned around like, nope, not going there. And I appreciate that so much because it's for everybody who doesn't want that. I mean, there's plenty of people that probably don't want it, but who here doesn't, most people who listen to this podcast are going to be like, I don't want to be in my bullshit. I want to be free. Right?
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So, I just can't say thank you enough, but we do have to get going here.
Yeah.
And thank you. And I hope that people feel like the call and the pull to connect with you, because I know how much they're going to get out of it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Laura Christine. I really appreciate you and doing this podcast and doing this work and bringing the light of conscience to the world. And also, if someone wants a consult with me, they can certainly go to my website and sign up for a next best step session.
Perfect.
With me. That's an intro. Yeah, just to see, what your next best step is.
Perfect.
Yes. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share that and to share with your listeners.
I promise, and I also guarantee that Tarah and I did not get our hands on any of that cocaine I was talking about. We just were really happy and having a really good time. So I hope that you join Club LC so you can see my facial expressions when I record these podcasts, because I enjoy myself so much. It is just the most wonderful time. And I think when you see people making faces that are kind of very expressive, it can be contagious and it'll make you smile and you'll feel better. And that is so easy to do. The other cool thing about Club LC is that you get to connect with me on live calls. You get a meditation you can download every single month. You get more. And if you want to, you can receive Reiki every single week. What does that do? It recalibrates your energy systems to let in more of that light and let go of the crap you don't want to be holding on to, like the limiting thought patterns that get stuck in your body and cause your hip to hurt. Stuff like that. That's just a really quick example. If you want to learn more, check it out, bit.ly/club, capital L, capital C. Make sure the LC is capitalized because it does stand for Light of Conscience. And I am so blessed because my name conveniently is Laura Christine, so it's my initials too. Till next time, we will see you in the light of conscience. And let's make love to the beauty of the lives we meant to live, and bathe in the creation of the gifts we seek to give. It's enough to sit